Previously, as Gai Sang promises to find the Fire Bear Gang impersonators, the uncles come up with a plan to locate the remaining three, and Gai Sang is about to inform Jae-wook when one of the uncles suggests they should find them first before reporting it. Gai Sang agrees with this idea. In a sudden turn of events, one of the remaining frauds unexpectedly arrive at the lair. The person who had been captured urges them to flee, but an uncle silences him by breaking his jaw. As he walks down the stairs, he is ambushed and knocked unconscious. The two girls also enter the lair, leading the uncles to contemplate their next move. Gai Sang attempts to communicate with the girls, but only succeeds in causing them to flee. The uncles chase them, but are forced to return when they are accused of sexual harassment. However, they manage to retrieve one of the girls' slippers. Meanwhile, the blue-haired man regains consciousness. Gai Sang orders Jun-ho to gather the captured individuals and proceeds to slap them repeatedly, demanding information about Eun Chan-woo. The blue-haired man speaks up, offering to reveal what he knows in exchange for the safety of his family. He explains that he has never met Eun Chan-woo in person, but the individual who gave him the card was Park Woo-jang, the same person who attacked the young master previously. They inquire about which school he attends, and he reveals that he is a student at Mujin High. Gai Sang takes the man's phone so he can contact Park Woo-jang and offers him money to purchase a new one. As Gai Sang departs, he instructs Jun-ho to keep watch over the captives and hands him a razor, implying that it will be put to use. Meanwhile, as Lee Yi-ji and Ji-eun depart from the PC cafe, they walk and talk together about their dreams. Lee Yi-ji expresses her desire to be a good housewife, while Ji-eun reveals that his previous dream of helping others and being with Soo-jin is no longer his goal. He's determined that his new dream is to become the leader of the Fire Bear Gang, which causes Lee Yi-ji to become excited and flustered, thinking it is incredibly cool. She asks if she has been assisting him in achieving his dream, to which he responds affirmatively, expressing his gratitude for her help. Suddenly, he receives a call and must leave, saying goodbye to Lee Yi-ji. When he arrives home, he discovers that his father has returned. His father compliments him on becoming the leader of Juren High School. Ji-eun wonders how his father knew and glances at Gai Sang, who avoids eye contact. His father has a present for him, assuring him not to be concerned, and brings out the gift, which turns out to be a bear that squeaks, surprising him. Ji-eun holds the bear, surprised by its cuteness. His father asks him to give it a name. Ji-eun names it Han-gam. His father then requests to speak with Ji-eun privately, while the uncles take care of the cute bear. As they reach the rooftop, his father begins to weep, expressing how proud he is of his son for achieving so much and becoming the boss of the school. He urges Ji-eun to unite the region, expressing his eagerness to see him accomplish this task. They head back downstairs, where his father takes his leave, instructing Jae-wook to accompany him. He reveals that Kim Min-woo, who is under the command of Sai-won that was responsible for the attack on the young master, has recently been spotted in underground arenas that are controlled by the Red Dragon Gang, who are their enemies. He instructs Jae-wook to gather as much information as possible about Kim Min-woo, expressing his gratitude for Jae-wook's unwavering obedience. He hands Jae-wook a check, wishing him well as he takes his leave. Jae-wook counts the numbers on the check and is surprised to find that it is for 100 million. Meanwhile, Jun-ho shaves the heads of the captured members, and while looking through one of the phones, he discovers the remaining two members of the group, one of whom had attacked the young master. As Jae-wook returns inside, he has a private conversation with Gai Sang, where he reveals that the boss has been visiting their home more frequently. He expresses his concern that it could mean that the boss is beginning to lose trust in the other families. Gai Sang becomes anxious as Jae-wook expresses his suspicion about Sai-won's family and mentions Kim Min-woo's recent involvement in underground arenas, which angers him. Jae-wook suggests that they need someone to go undercover and investigate the arenas. Gai Sang offers to take on this task, but he does not let him as he is recognized by everyone. He then recalls someone who would be better suited for the task and asks Jae-wook to let him handle it, to which Jae-wook agrees. Meanwhile, Jong-yoon contacts Ji-eun, informing him that they are going on a group date tomorrow. Gai Sang overhears this and requests the young master to accompany him to the dressing room. As they make their way to the dressing room, Gai Sang shows Ji-eun a picture of the Dropout fam, inquiring if he recognizes anyone from it. Ji-eun immediately recognizes the person who had attacked him, causing Gai Sang to become anxious. Gai Sang is worried that if it is confirmed that the attack on the young master was an inside job orchestrated by SA-1, it would lead to a war within the gang. Gai Sang, unsure of what to do, realizes that he must inform Jae-wook immediately. Ji-eun asks if he's okay, but he lies because the young master already has too much on his mind. He then inquires about the person who attacked him first, which he remembers to be Shin Jaeong-cheol. Now that he knows the person's face, he plans to handle the situation himself. Meanwhile, Gai Sang is busy preparing the young master's outfit for his upcoming date. The next day, Jun-min greets Jong-yoon, who is dressed up for his date. He wonders where Ji-eun is when he suddenly pulls up in a swag-tier gangster outfit, shocking them. Jun-min, feeling jealous, tries to convince Ji-eun to wear less flashy clothes, which he agrees to. As he changes, they prepare to meet the girls, where Ji-eun will pretend to be Dong-gu to keep his identity a secret. When the girls arrive, they greet them, and Ji-eun introduces himself. Cha-yoon is impressed by his arms and wonders if he's really friends with losers like them. She questions if she has finally found a man worthy of her. As Cha-yoon suggests they go to a cafe together, Jun-min becomes jealous of her attention towards Ji-eun. He notices Jong-yoon with the other girl and starts questioning why things are turning out this way for him. They spend some time talking at the cafe and then go to a karaoke place where they have fun together. Jin-moon, who is watching, becomes completely jealous of Chae-yoon's focus on Ji-eun. As they go to the bathroom, it's revealed that Chae-yoon is in love with him. Meanwhile, the psychopath outside is ripping up flowers as he thinks about her. As they are about to leave, Chae-yoon asks for Ji-young's number, which he gives. The rest of them leave, so it's just Jun-min and Ji-young left. However, Ji-young receives a message from Myeong-jun, asking him to meet up for his celebration party, making him leave behind the upset Jun-min. As he meets up with Jong-seok, Ji-young wonders why he has a bat, which he explains he's just preparing in case anything happens. As they enter the apartment and knock on the door, Chae-yoon opens it, surprising Ji-young. She expresses confusion as to why he is there. As they enter, Ji-young realizes that she looks like Soo-jin. Myeong-jun greets them and tells them to make themselves comfortable. Cha-yoon discovers that Ji-young's real name is not Dong-gu. They start by drinking some beer to celebrate, during which one of the girls flirts with Jong-seok. They move on to the main topic of the party, where Myeong-jun suggests forming an alliance to destroy the Super Asshole Alliance together. They step outside for some fresh air before making a decision. Jong-seok mentions that he will follow whatever decision Ji-young makes, as he is the boss of Jiran High. As they walk back in, Ji-young shakes Myeong-jun's hand and agrees to form an alliance. Myeong-jun suggests they start by taking on Majin High, which Ji-eun agrees to. As they take their leave, Chae-yoon asks to speak to Ji-eun privately for a moment, where she admits that she can't take her eyes off him and kisses him, mentioning that she has marked him. Oh boy, best girl Lee E.G. is not going to be happy about this. Ji-eun, blushing, says goodbye and walks away, realizing that he has just experienced his first kiss. As he arrives home, his uncles can smell alcohol and cigarettes on him, asking him to breathe. Gai Sang analyzes his blood, surprised that the young master drank by himself. They also ask if he has smoked cigarettes, which he denies, but mentions he was exposed to secondhand smoking, making them proud. Heading to his room for some rest, Ji-young receives a message from Chae-yoon, causing him to reflect on their recent kiss. Suddenly, a call from Lee Yi-ji interrupts his thoughts. He informs her that he is now allied with Myeong-jun, surprising her. He mentions they had a celebration party for him, and she asks who was in attendance. He mentions Chae-yoon, which frustrates her. As they end the call, she worries if she made a move on him. The next day, Shin Jaeong-cheol receives a surprise visitor in prison. He panics upon seeing Gai Sang and wonders why he is there. He remembers the wall between them and that he can't do anything to him. He starts taunting Gai Sang, but he notices he has a lot of hair, pulling out his trusty razor and making him panic. As Shin Jaeong-cheol continues to taunt Gai Sang, he becomes increasingly frustrated. He just wanted to ask Shin Jaeong-cheol a few questions, but is met with constant taunts instead. Gai Sang finally loses his temper and punches the glass, causing the guard to ask if he wants to end up in prison as well. Gai Sang responds that he is trying to get in, which causes Shin Jaeong-cheol to panic. As the visitation time draws to a close, Gai Sang expresses his foolishness for not considering that there could be any members of the Fire Bear gang inside the prison. He offers Shin Jaeong-cheol a way to survive by revealing the identity of the man who attacked the young master. Shin Jaeong-cheol reveals that it is Park Woo-jang. As the visitation ends and Gai Sang exits the prison, he meets with Jun-ho outside. Jun-ho informs him that he has given some inmates commissary money to deal with Shin Jaeong-cheol. As they ponder on how to track down the remaining members of the gang, they remember that bears have a strong sense of smell and decide to use Han-gom to track them down. They offer Han-gom some food before embarking on their task of finding the missing girls. Han-gom picks up a scent, and they set off on their search. Gai Sang is impressed with the bear's intelligence. Meanwhile, as Shin Jaeon-cheol is showering and contemplating his situation, two Fire Bear gang members sneak up on him, asking him to scratch their backs, as they cannot reach. He is hesitant, wondering why he should do it. Suddenly, he is grabbed and one of them drops the soap, causing him to panic. Later, he is seen sitting in his cell, curled up in fear. As Gai Sang and Han Gom continue their search, they find the second slipper and make their way back home. Gai Sang, worried that Han Gom has lost his wild nature skills due to staying indoors for too long, decides to take him on a hike to help him regain them. The next day, as Ji-young enters class, Lee Yi-ji requests to speak with him privately. Jeon-min and Sang-gu are both annoyed with her, but they head to the rooftop. She questions him on how they became allies and what happened. He starts panicking, insisting nothing has happened, but she realizes something is amiss and leaves. After school, they head to his house to see Han Gom, but they find out that Gai Sang has taken him out for training to regain his wild nature skills. As they search for a place to rest in the mountains, Gai Sang and Han Gom come across a spot where he had brought the young master before. Gai Sang leaves to hunt for food and runs into a wild boar. The boar charges at him, but he headbutts it in defense. Believing the boar to be defeated, he headbutts it once more, but his legs give out and the boar runs away. Gai Sang recalls a previous encounter with a boar where he fought and won, but did not kill it at the young master's request. Suddenly, Han Gom growls as the boar returns, this time accompanied by its mother. Gai Sang realizes that it is the same boar from his past that he had spared. Realizing that Han Gom is in danger, Gai Sang decides to take on the boars. He positions himself and headbutts the larger boar, sustaining a small injury. He tries to counter its charge but is pushed back. He then uses his special move, Walnut's Breath, and lunges at the boar like a rocket, knocking himself unconscious in the process. Meanwhile, Han Gom fights the smaller boar, scratching it before launching an attack on the larger boar and biting it in a weak spot, bringing it down. The next day, as Gai Sang cooks the boar meat, Han Gom awakens and Gai Sang gives him a necklace as a reward. When they return home, the bandages on Han Gom are removed, revealing an X-shaped scar, the same as Gai Sang's, which surprises Ji-eun.